Breaking news. President Muhammadu Buhari used as an example of a bad leader during lectures in Robert Gordon University in Scotland. Hello, my wonderful people. The president, your president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Major Muhammadu Buhari, has been used as an example of a bad leader. We did not hear Femi Adesina or Garuba Shehu. We didn't hear from them. They were in a university, they were having lectures, and an example came on board. They did not use any other leader. You know how many nations we have in the world? Only African continent. Do you know how many presidents are in African continent alone? They're not to talk about Asia or in the Europe, and all over the world. But guess what? Buhari was the center, epic center of how not to be a bad president. You study Buhari, then you are in the right place. In Robert Gordon University, they were having a lecture. So they were talking about examples of bad leaders, okay, that have destroyed their nation, that have opportunity, that have the potential to have made things better, but in their very eyes, things have gone from bad to worse. They destroyed their nation. Guess the example. Yes, your guess is as good as mine. President Muhammadu Buhari. This is all you're about to hear. This is what you're about to hear. How Buhari was used as an example to teach students that this is a bad leader. Don't emanate him. And I guess Nigerian students will be there. Let's get all the details. President Muhammadu Buhari used as an example of a bad leader during lectures in Robert Gordon University, Scotland. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has been used as an example of a bad leader in faraway Aberdeen, Scotland. It was gathered that a lecturer in a foreign university used Buhari as an example during one of his courses. The lecturer at the Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen, Scotland, was teaching his students a course on leadership. When talking about bad leaders, he used President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria as an example of one of the bad leaders we have in the world today, admonishing the students that they should never copy or emanate such, as they will destroy the very nation if they have the opportunity to rule. Nobody knows where you will end up tomorrow. Some of you could be decision makers in the world. Some of you will be country leaders. Some of you will be in some capacity or the other. An example not to emanate or behave like is the Nigerian's president, Muhammadu Buhari, promised his people had the potential and capacity to change and to make things better, but never did anything. They shared pose of Buhari on the screen. Can you imagine? So the man prepared. It was not an oversight. You think the world is not hearing? The whole world. You know this news. In case you're not aware, Apple Line Media, this news is a global platform. As you are listening to it, somebody else is listening to it. People are listening to it in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, in Australia, America, all over the world. So everybody, I mean, with the emphasis on everybody is hearing what is going on in Nigeria. The lecturer went on to share photos of Buhari on the screen alongside a message that reads, "Don't be like this man, Buhari." Welcome, by the way, my brothers and sisters, welcome to Nigeria, where your president is the example to the nations of the world how not to be a bad leader. You look at the president of Nigeria. This is all the way in Scotland. All the way in Scotland, Aberdeen. All the way in Scotland. They could pick it. They could pick it. You know, it was Britain former Prime Minister David Cameron. Yeah, that's his name. David Cameron. Buhari was in a meeting also with them. And he was talking to another one and he said, fantastically corrupt. Fantastically corrupt. And Nigerians at that time, Buhari just came in. They say, you don't know that the people you are talking about, they know the people we are talking about. They know them too well. They know Buhari. They know the man's in and out. You think they don't know how these people are taking the money that belongs to the nation, money to develop the nation, to do things for themselves. You think they don't know that they've siphoned this amount of money and put in the second daughter's account and say this, and you think they don't know. Have you heard of paper trail? Unless the money does not pass through the system, unless you go to the bank, you withdraw it cash. Yeah, you withdraw the money cash, and then you go and do whatever you want to do with it. The world is watching. And today's day and age, the whole world is seeing what is going on. There is no hiding place anymore. In those days, they can do some of those things and get away with it. But as it stands today, no hiding place. It's called the regime of no hiding place. You know those things that they do, they just do and they get away with it, blah, 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 blah. It's no longer business as usual. Everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. The lecturer prepared the lecture notes. And when he came to the student, he told them, Robert Gordon University, please Google it and also find out more. Okay, please find out more. The picture of Buhari was on the board, and he was saying to them how not to be a bad leader. Study this man. You will end up not being a bad leader. Study him carefully and don't follow the footsteps. Learn the moral lesson. Look, you see things that you need to pick and things you need to discard, because this is an example of a thorough, proper bad leader. All the way in Scotland, all the way in Aberdeen, Scotland, all the way. Nigerians. Funny enough, I've not heard Femi Adesina in defense. I've not heard Garuba Shehu rose up in defense and they are talking nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Their mouths are sealed. Their mouth, they are all silent as a mouse now, because they know that these people you are talking about, if you say nonsense, they will give it to you with evidences. You know, they don't just speak because they want to speak. They will prove it to you with evidences. A man who will borrow and borrow and borrow, and the money is borrowing. People in the nation have money to pay the debts of the country, but because of selfishness, I go and see Europe and America. Somebody wants to die. The money he has, he will will it to orphanage, will will it to the less privileged, so that those units can continue to function. Will will it to the old people's home and support others. They build a system so that their children do not entirely depend on them. By the time you are 16, you are getting a job. You are beginning to try, and because these jobs are there, you're beginning to try your hands, something out there, beginning to, learn how these things be. You are building your work profile. You're going to school, you're building, so you're managing your time. It's not you are running around, still depending on daddy and mommy for money. That's how the system is built. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Have a lovely and a fantastic day. From us, it's bye for now.